think the biggest thing for Native American gaming that people aren't talking about at this time truly is the entertainment experience globally. Not just coming for the machines or for the tables, but really to come and enjoy themselves. It's an escape, a time away. So I think too many properties really focus on that core piece. And I encourage you to do that and make decisions that are based on that, but make decisions that are broader, that support that core. Bring in that entertainment, bring in some new dining, listen to your guests. They'll tell you what's going to make you a success. So I'm Sam Askew. I'm the Executive Director of Resort Operations here at Northern Quest Resort Casino. Right now I oversee all the non-gaming operations of the resort operation. Includes food and beverage, sales and catering, hotel operations, retail, spa, all of our services. So I'm excited to be here. The role food and beverage plays in the guest experience overall really is one that enhances the overall experience, right? Dining can be not just an experience, but entertainment. It's a feast for the eyes as well as for the taste buds. So in general, food and beverage absolutely supports your gaming endeavors, but can be unique and broader in that base that you would look to have come to your casino. Yeah. So we like to try and weave not just tribal heritage, but cultural heritage into the guest experience and all of our food and beverage venues. You can see behind me here that we've got these fantastic dynamic graphic walls in the East Pan-Asian venue that truly represents the best of Pan-Asian cuisine. In the balance of the property, we have a heritage hallway that you can see the cultural heritage of the Kalispel tribe. We're bringing a new national Native American heritage hallway to the property that will feature cultural heritage from everywhere from the northwest all the way down to the southeast and everything in between. And then obviously in our guest rooms, we've got that incorporated there. And when we do our renovations here in about 18 months, you'll see that cultural heritage on display even more than it has been in the past. So when we implement a new food and beverage concept, we actually do a lot of research. The first thing we do though is talk to our guests, find out what our guests are seeking, what they want, what they feel is missing from our property. So it's not just a gut feeling and somebody sitting behind the desk saying we need to build this. We really talk to people to find out what we need to do. And then when we get that information, we take it and make it the best and actually, give it the kick that you wouldn't experience. Yeah, social media really has changed the world of food and beverage, quite truthfully, not just in Native American gaming, but across the board. I mean, you're only a phone away from the opportunity to see some great, delicious dish. And frankly, our guests, again, they share that information with us. We're able to see what it is that they're sharing. We get inspiration from those ourselves, and then we use that to inform the guest of what we've got coming. So we've got very fulfilling social media campaigns that go along with each of these venues. And again, quite frankly, I know our chefs, get very excited when they see a picture. I'm the first person to text something to them and say, hey, did you see this came up on Tasty, or this came up on my social media feed? Or someone, even a guest, sent this directly and said, hey, I would really love to see. In fact, some of the venue food that you're going to see here in East is based on what our guests have told us via tweets and photos that they've seen on the internet. Yeah, so a new food and beverage concepts planned for Northern Quest obviously is East Pan-Asian, which are going to be opening here in just a couple short weeks. Opening in June will be our Neon Pizza, which is a great 80s throwback kind of a venue with pizza by the slice, pop culture references and shirts, albums and so forth. It's great. Coming in September will be a fantastic venue that you're really hard pressed to find anywhere outside of Las Vegas, and that's a modern speakeasy that we call a highball. So all of those things are very exciting for us for this year. Immediately after that, in October, will be us going all in on an existing venue to convert it into a country and western restaurant and bar, complete with line dancing, mechanical bison riding, live bands, all those great things. And then finally this year we'll also have what we call the tailgate, which will be all your favorite tailgate foods, but not sporting tailgate necessarily, but tailgate foods that you would have enjoyed when you were growing up in the 1970s. I am a foodie, and I will tell you, my favorite cuisine and dishes are the ones that are prepared by our teams here, in truth. Now, if I had to pick a favorite meal that ever took place for me, it was a little Italian restaurant in Berlin called Via Condati, and they had a tableside cacio e pepe that was truffled. It was just absolutely to die for. And frankly, I've cheated in the past and kind of copied that concept for another Italian venue that I opened at a different property. You know, I'm a diehard ginger ale fan. I really am. Now, push comes to shove, my wife and I will debate whether or not it should be a red or a white. I prefer a white wine. My wife prefers a red Syrah. But again, ginger ale is the go-to for me. Yes, I am a chef at home. Pancakes are probably my number one thing. But I will tell you, barbecuing. I love the barbecue. I don't claim to be a great barbecue person. I will tell you a quick short story. When we moved to South Carolina a couple of years ago, my son's first question was, "Dad, are you going to buy a barbecue?" Because he loves the barbecue that I do. So I gotta say, I do cook at home and I enjoy barbecue. If you're watching this and you need to reinvent your food offerings, my advice to you again would be listen to your guests. Find out what it is that they want, what they desire, what's missing from your community or even from your property. You pull all those things together and you start to get a really good idea of what you want. And then also, lastly, look to those successes that are in larger places like Las Vegas or Atlantic City or even larger travel casino properties. You may not have the funds or the size or capacity to do something quite as large and grand, but a good idea is a good idea. And if you're able to take that and scale it to your property, your guests will be satisfied every time.